everyone, it's Julie Bird here from my online studio. I had hoped to make this a live action. I'm not quite ready for that, but I know that you're ready for a little bit of exercise, so I thought I would give us a little bit of that right now, even though it's not live. Live is coming soon, and I'll be sending you the links to that action so that you can check in with me when I actually do create that live action. So for now, though, let's do a little bit of yoga together. Have you stand with the feet about hip distance wide, and we're just going to begin a little bit of a spin, just letting the body go side to side, back and forth. You're going to feel a little bit of loosening of various areas. You might become aware of some areas that are tight. It's pretty easy for us to lose our conditioning. We might have been sitting around, maybe not as active as we have been. And then we're just going to take the arms from the front. We're going to lift them up and we're going to fall down. So up and down with those arms. You're going to feel a little bit of top to bottom action in those shoulders. And that's good, keeping that breathing in the belly. Now soften those knees, let them bend a little bit, let the weight go back toward your heels, and let that weight travel forward toward the toes. So we're going to go back and forth slowly. Sort of catch yourself right before you lose your balance and let yourself go into a crouch. And then we'll try that with one foot forward into that bit of crouch, back onto those heels. So back and forth. Good, now the other foot goes forward, onto toes, and back onto heels. Good, so it's okay to lose the balance as we recover it. Now we're going to stand, have our feet hip distance. We're going to let the weight go to that inner edge of the foot. Feel the arch shape change, go to the outer edge. And so we're standing up, sometimes not with the best arch. Right now we're just trying to move the ankle joints a little bit. And then we're going to balance that weight evenly across the ball of the foot. And at the center of the heel, we're going to push the heel slightly outward. Now, when you're relaxed, your arch might fall, but when you balance across the front of the foot, push the heels outward, you're going to feel the uplift of the arch. With that uplift, we're going to lift our toes, pull our fingers back. So stretch those hands and feet at the same time, and let the toes grip down, the fingers grip. And so we'll go back and forth. Good. Now let's spread apart, fingers and toes wide. Don't worry if your toes can do this or not. They'll eventually catch on, even if right now we're not getting the best behavior. Now big toes, let them move towards each other again. Rather unlikely for the toes to catch on to this at first. But push the big toe down, heels press out, and lift the small toes up and down. And the small toes go down, only the big toes going up and down, heels stay pressed out. And then finally, for our extra credit, big toe down, little toe down, and 3 center toes are up and down. And that's great. Now stay balanced across that ball of the foot area. Hips are back a bit, chest lifting, shoulders are back and down, the chin level. We're going to breathe in and lift the arms forward and up. And then as we exhale, we're going to spread those arms out and then back down. And we'll do that again. Nice deep inhale. Now, first pass, you might become aware of some things. Second time, you can sort of push very gently into areas that seem a little tight. Don't overdo it. Don't let it become something that's unpleasant. Inhale and then exhale. And then we're going to take the arms to one side. We're going to breathe in on the way up, and then we'll exhale coming across and then back down. And then we'll do that again. Inhale and then exhale. Now we're going to take it the other direction. Nice deep breath in and slow exhale. And we do that again. Inhale and exhaling. Now keep your breathing deep, but let those arms rise up. We're going to lift the center of the spine, the side of the chest, the arm to complete the stretch. Reaching, inhaling. Exhale, we let it go. So we lift again the center. We lift the side, we stretch the arm and inhale. And then exhale, releasing that. Again, center lift and side lift and stretch that arm and inhale. And then exhale, let it go. Lift up the center, lift up the side, stretch the arm and inhale. And now exhale, let's take the hands down. Interlock the fingers, press out the palms, stretch those hands, and bring the chest and the arms up. And as we lift, we spiral, we inhale. And then exhale, coming out of the spiral, we're going to upward lift and spiral up and inhale. And then exhale, coming out of the spiral. and then we're going to upward lift, and then by maintaining a long spine, when we arch gently back, there's no jamming. We don't want to jam anything. Take a deep breath, and then exhale. Once again, throw those arms down. We're going to lift the chest up, squeeze back the shoulder blades, reach back, exhale. And then let the shoulders go forward, broad through shoulder blades, deep inhale. And we'll do it again. Reach and squeeze back and exhale. And then forward shoulders, inhale. And once again, the reach, the squeeze back, the exhale. And let the arms come apart. Now stand so your feet are a little wider. And we're going to uplift the chest, but we're just going to twist again. You may already feel a little more loosening of the body. Some things that were tight before may have already loosened just a little bit. Now we're going to isolate. We're going to uplift, but we don't want to move the hips. We want to turn the shoulders a little bit. One way and the other way, keeping the bottom half of the body still. And that's good. We're going to uplift. Now we switch. We're going to pivot our pelvis back and forth. Good. Now press out the feet and the knees like you're tearing apart the mat. Pull in the belly. Lift the chest and lower the shoulders. Keep the pelvis in the center, but tilt to the side. And take your arm up and stretch it upward. Inhaling. And then exhale, upward lift to come out. Press out the feet again, belly in, chest up and shoulders down. We tilt a little bit. We take the arm up, we lift, we stretch, we inhale. And then exhale, we're going to lift up and come out of that. And then we're going to take our feet even wider. So stand nice and wide. Lift through the chest and shoulders and crease the leg a little bit. Put a little crease there because we're going to lift the chest up. Put the heel of the palm high on the leg and we're going to bend a little bit. Now, as we bend forward, on one side we're going to push the heel of the palm, getting the arm straight. It doesn't have to go completely straight. It might or might not. We're just lengthening the spine. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let that elbow bend. Now the other side, we're going to push, gently stretch. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let the elbow bend, and then both sides we push, straightening both arms, tractioning that spine, deep inhale. And then as we exhale, we bend the elbows, we bend the knees. We're going to bring our hands all the way down. And very slowly, we're going to shift our weight to one side, straighten the other leg just enough to feel a stretch along that inner thigh region, breathing deeply. And then we'll come across to side two, gently stretch and breathe. To the first side again, coming across, breathing deeply. And then second side, stretch and breathe. Now come to center, let your hips lift up, but keep enough bend in the knees that the back of the leg is in a comfortable stretch. And if you like, you can sway the head and the shoulders from side to side. Breathe deeply. And then put one hand down, bring the other shoulder up and toward the back, press out your feet and lengthen and breathe. And then on exhale, we'll bring the hand down, the other shoulder comes up, press out the feet for stability, lengthen and breathe. And then exhale, we'll come to center. We're going to bring our hands up on the knees, straighten the arms, lift the chest, and just softly reach across. There's going to be multiple areas brought into the stretch right now. We want it to feel comfortable. And then coming back, we'll reach across the other shoulder, gently stretch, comfortable. We'll take it to the first side again, reach across and inhale into the ribs. And then exhale and reach across the other way, inhale into the ribs. And then exhale, we're going to come to center, bend the knees, and come up. Now normally at this point I put us through a sun salute, but you know I'm not sure what you have set up, whether your mat's ready for it or not. So instead of a full sun salute, what I want to take us through is a triangle pose. It's really great for the back, very releasing for the body. And so what we'll do is I want you to stand where your feet are on one edge of the mat and you can step backward. So stand and firm up those thighs, lift up that chest, and we're going to lengthen and step the right leg a comfortable distance back. It doesn't have to be too far, and you don't want to be on a tightrope, one leg in front of the other, and you want to be a little wide. So stand with good arches to both feet, tighten the thighs again, pull in the core, lengthen, and bend just a little bit forward, just so this front leg is feeling a little bit of stretch in the back of the leg. And as soon as that begins, we're going to bend that left knee and bring the left elbow down over the knee. So we're modifying this. We're going to let the right arm hang down in a stretch and gently swirl one direction, and then we're going to swirl in the other direction. And now we're going to bring that shoulder up, stretch the side of the chest up, lifting, take a deep breath in, and on the exhale we're going to let the arm just swing down a little bit. We'll do it again. We'll pull the chest up, stretch the arm up, inhale, and then exhale, the arm swings down. And again, lift the chest, the arms stretch up, inhale. Exhale, the arm swings down. And now we're going to bend the back leg as well, put hands to the knees and bring ourselves upright. And we'll do side two. So now we stand again, those feet hip distance. We're going to step this time the left foot backward. Maintain that hip distance length or width. Tighten the thighs, pull in the core, lift the chest, bend forward at the hips just to a comfortable stretch. Back leg very mildly stretching, but as soon as you feel that with this elongated front, we're going to bend the knee and bring the elbow down onto that knee. We're going to let the left arm hang, and we're just going to make a circle, a little bit one way, and then we'll circle a little bit the other way. And we're going to bring that chest, that shoulder up, stretch the arm up, take a deep breath in. Exhale, let that arm swing. We'll do this again. We'll pull the chest, the shoulder, the arm upward. Inhale. Exhale, the arm swings. And once again, chest and shoulder lifting. Inhale. And exhale, this arm swings. And then we're going to bend that back leg, hands to the knees. We're going to bring ourselves up. Good. Now twists are very helpful in stressful situations. It releases tension out of the back. It also seems to calm the nervous system. So let's come into a seated position, and we're going to do a bit more of a twist. So as we sit down, we're going to have our feet comfortably wide and our hands behind us, elongating the spine. And we're going to drop our legs toward our left. And so as we do, we're going to be completely on the left side. The outside of the left leg is down, the inside of the right leg is down, and we have the legs connected in sort of a zigzag pattern. Now we're going to put our right hand on our knee and our left hand a little further behind us, lengthening and twisting a little bit toward the left. So don't over twist. It should be comfortable wherever you feel it. Now as the shoulder is twisting in one direction, we want the right side of the pelvis to pull gently back. We're going to take a deep inhale, and then as we exhale, we're going to push a little forward. And then we'll do it again. We'll inhale, gently pulling back, and exhale, we push forward. And then once again, inhale a little back, and then exhale, coming forward. Great, now we'll take it just a little bit further. Don't go any further than you want. We could put the hands, both of them, on the mat. We pull and twist a little more. It's going to be a little tighter as we inhale, pulling back, and then exhale, pushing forward. And we'll do it once again. Pull back, inhale, and exhale, push forward. And then one more time, pulling back, inhale, exhale, pushing forward. To come a little bit more into this, we'll bring the left elbow down. Pulling and maybe walking the right hand more forward, but we're going to start to feel the stretch on this right side. For some, the elbow can come down. For others, it needs to remain lifted. Whichever position you choose, elbow down or up, straightening the back leg will add even a little bit more stretch. But don't overstretch. Keep it comfortable and take a deep breath in. And then on the exhale, bend that right leg, push onto the palms, lift up, and walk the hands back. And we're going to come up, and we're going to do this on side two. So again, the feet are wide. We're elongating the spine. We're going to drop the legs. This time they go to the right, outside of the right leg down, instead of the left leg down. And we'll take our left hand on the knee, put our right hand a little further behind us. We're going to twist our body toward the right, but then the left side of the pelvis. We're going to inhale and pull it back, and then exhale, let it go forward. Once again, pull back, inhale, and then exhale, forward. And one more time, inhale, pulling back, and exhale, pushing forward. Now, if you want, you could stay as you are, or both hands come onto the floor, pulling and gently. A little tighter now. We pull back, inhale, exhale, move forward. A second time, pulling back, exhale, we go forward. And once again, the inhale, we pull back, and exhale, we go forward. Come a little lower, taking the right elbow down under the shoulder. We can walk the left hand forward, and that might be as far as we're comfortable with, or maybe the left elbow coming down. Not everyone's going to feel comfortable with that. But whichever position, that left leg stretching backward and our chest pulling gently forward. Don't overstretch. Just take a deep breath in, elbow up or down, your choice. And then exhale, we're gonna bend that left elbow, we're gonna push onto the palms, bring ourselves up, walk back toward the body. Good. Now let's remain seated for a little bit. Remember, as you're sitting, you might want something like a bolster to sit up on to get those hips a little higher so there's less tension in the low back, hips, knees, and ankles. And so we'll sit and we'll do a little bit of shoulder work. We're going to take the shoulders, we're going to roll them forward and up, and then we'll roll the shoulders back and then down. Keep your chest lifting up so your spine is elongated. Breathing deeply. And if you start to notice something that's a little bit uncomfortable in a certain place, make note of it. Just try and adapt around it. Let's go the other way. We're going to go back and up and then forward and down. Big circles. You might feel very different, one versus the other. And then we're going to bring one at a time forward and back, a little more loosening, and then we'll go the other way. And that's great, but then we still haven't fully warmed up. We're going to turn in and turn out to get that deep layer, the deep structure inside the shoulder, the muscles that serve as stabilizers, those rotator cuff muscles. Okay, good. Now we're going to do a little bit more to loosen the arm. We're going to have hand to the opposite shoulder. We're going to take and make a nice circling action, breathing deeply, big swirling circles. You can take that into a stretch feel or leave it very simple. Let's go the other way with that, circling, breathing deeply. And that's good. Now let's do the other side, hand to the shoulder. We start to move in one direction, big circles again. Take it to the point of very gentle stretch. You may notice some sounds. Remember, the sounds in the shoulders are typical of imbalance. Let's circle the other way. And imbalance is just a condition of the lack of cooperation or relationship woes between our muscle structures that we're trying to solve as we create action and stretch. Now, we're going to do both an action and a stretch so that we're back to that first arm. And we're going to lift up that elbow, and then we lift it as high as we can, but we're going to take the other arm and we're going to stretch upward, a little bit of a stretch. And then we let the arm go down as low as it can, and then we're going to pull gently down. All right, be gentle in your actions. And so here we go again. We're going to go up, but then we can probably stretch up even higher. Keep breathing into that belly. We're going to go down, and then we can stretch down. Okay, let's do the other side. So the shoulder's going to go up, and we're going to stretch it up, maybe very different one side versus the other. The shoulder's going to lower, and we're going to stretch it down. And we'll do that again. Up, so that's the active, and then we have a little bit of reserve, and then down, and then that little bit of reserve down. Okay, so that's bottom and top of the shoulder, but we've got the front and back. Let's get to the back of the shoulder area first by taking the arm across. Now, the elbow's going to stay low for this first action, so we're going to reach, but then we're going to help and pull, very gentle pull, and then relax. And that was the lower position. We're going to come up a little higher, and we're going to reach, and then we're going to, from that reach, pull just a little bit, and relaxing that. And then we're going to come up even higher, and we're going to reach, and then we're going to pull in sort of more of an upward direction, and then let that go and relax that arm. Now the other side, hand coming to the shoulder. So we're going to start out low. We reach, and then we pull, and we let that relax. And then we come up a little higher, and we reach, and we pull, and we let that release. And then we come up even higher, and we reach, and we pull. And then we let that relax. Great, now we've got everything except the very back of the shoulder area, or excuse me, front of the shoulder area. Our hand's going to go in the back. Start on one side, just bring it across, and then bring it up. And so we're moving. If you see that elbow moving in different directions, this gets different fiber areas. We circle now the other direction, so thoroughly warming up the muscle. We're going to leave the hand in the small of the back, lift up the chest, lower down the shoulder, and then swing that elbow back. Now, you may only be able to bring the arm part way across. Maybe you can't even touch it, or maybe you can just bind, or maybe you have a lot more slack. You can pull out there. Lift the chest up, lower the shoulders, swing the elbow back. Now we're going to stretch the neck. We're going to lift the head up and tilt our head in one direction. And then we're going to lift the head up and tilt it in the opposite direction. And then we're going to come to center and we'll let that go. The other arm, we're going to start a swirl, taking it in one direction. And now opposite to that. The hand stays in the center of the back. We're going to lift the chest up, lower the shoulder. We're going to swing the elbow back. You might have to be right there, or maybe you can slide it to brace, or maybe you can pull a little slack. Stay comfortable. Chest up and shoulder down. We swing that elbow back and we lift the head and we lean it in one direction. And we lift the head and we lean it in the other direction. And then we come out of that completely. Good. So we've loosened up the shoulders a little bit. Now we're going to do a little bit more loosening, but we're going to come into a position on our back. So we come out of our seated position and just do some simple things on the back right now. As we come onto our back, we're going to have ourselves comfortable in the head and the neck area. We're going to walk the shoulders a little bit away from the head toward the hips, feet and knees about hip distance wide, and heels pretty close to the seat muscles. We're going to push down those heels. We do not want the back to flatten when we do. We just want to tighten up those seat muscles. We're going to come up into a light bridge in a moment here. But first, right now, we're pushing down the heels and tightening the seat muscles, making sure we do not flatten the back. Breathing deeply. We're going to do that again. We're going to push down the heels, tighten those seat muscles, and this time we're going to reach our knees toward the toes. It's going to lift the hips up. Don't lift any higher than you want. And then just very slowly sink those hips right straight back down. The low back stays in its curve. We engage that core. We push down those heels. Those knees reach toward our toes. We come up slowly, breathing deeply. And then slowly back down again. We can do this several times. Heels pressing down, seat muscles tight, knees reaching, and then coming up. And so that's the neutral bridge. And that's perfect. And you could continue to do it that way. But this next time, we're going to make it a little different. We're going to push down the heels. Seat muscles tight, we lift up. But this time, we take a breath in. As we exhale, we're going to roll our back down. One link at a time is our goal. We come all the way down. We reposition to neutral. We press those heels again, seat muscles tight. We come up. And at the top, inhale, so that as we exhale, we again roll our back all the way down. And then we'll do it again. Press down those heels, back neutral, knees reach toward those toes. We come up, and then we roll our back down. Okay, but now this third time, and you can do any version of this that you want, and you can stop anytime you want. But this next one, we're going to roll up and we're going to roll down. So we are going to press the heels, seat muscles tight to come up. The knees do reach toward the toes, but we roll our back flat coming up. At the top, we inhale, and it's on an exhale. We're going to roll our back coming down. And we'll do that again. So after an inhale, we exhale, knees reaching toward the toes. We roll our back up. At the top, inhale, and then when we exhale, pull the belly in and roll the back down. One more time with that. After an inhale, it's an exhale, rolling the back up. We take an inhale, and on the exhale, we roll the back down. Good. Okay, now let's bring one knee and the other knee into the chest. We're going to make a loop. Now for some, it's going to be that you hold the legs. For others, it's you hold the fingers. And for some, you're going to grab wrist to wrist. And in this position, it's great stretch for the back. We push the knees into the arms. You can see that makes it more of a circle of the arms. And this flattens the back a little bit. And if we go far enough, we're pulling the shoulders gently. And then we let that relax. Now, if you're holding one hand or holding one wrist, you switch which one you're holding. And once again, you push upward into the arms. You make that ring, that stretch of the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. And then we exhale, we let that relax. We're going to take our hands now and place them in the back of the leg, snugging the leg in close. And then one leg at a time, we make a little bit of stretch for the hamstring. The knee's not allowed to pull away from the chest. We'll do the other side, just a little bit of a stretch for the back of the leg, the hamstring area. And then that's good. We can do both at the same time, gently stretching the back of both legs. And that's good. We're going to bend the knees, bring the legs down. Now we're going to separate the feet out about as wide as the mat is wide. arms outward to be out of the way. Very slowly as we tilt to the left, this is going to cause the right side of the pelvis to lift up just a little bit. And then we'll come back up with the legs. We'll tilt. You can see how the pelvis lifts up slightly, but the shoulders stay down. This adds a little bit of a stretch here in the front of the thigh. Releasing that. First side again. A gentle stretch. And then relax. And second side, a gentle stretch. And then relax. Good. If I wanted to feel more twist in the spine, I'd bring the feet closer together. Arms out. We rock slowly from one side and then to the other side. Again, shoulders are staying down as we make this rotation. Very comfortable. And that's good. All right, now let your legs stretch out. We're first going to start turning the hips in and out, just a little bit of release action there. And then we're going to shimmy. We're going to reach one side a little longer, relax that, reach the other side a little longer, back and forth, just a way to settle down the structure of the pelvis. And that's good. Now we're going to tighten seat muscles. We'll feel our pelvis rise a bit. We let that go down. We can do that one side at a time to add a little bit of a tilt of the pelvis. We can also try it with the hips turned in. You'll find that it's harder to get the full contraction of the seat muscles like that, but it's a good effort. We let that relax, feet and knees naturally turn outward. Inhaling, arch your back. You'll find that easy to do, but on the exhale, as you flatten the back, it's going to be harder. You're going to have to pull in really firm to get the back more flat. So we inhale and arch, and it's still to comfort level. As you exhale, you let the back go flat to whatever comfort level you'd like. Now just move those shoulders away from the head toward the hips. Let your arms turn outward, inside of the elbows, palms facing up with broad shoulders. And then you can make a little bit of a circle of the chin in one direction, circle it the other direction as you like. And then you can just relax with that chin pointed up. Take a deep breath into the belly, into the sides, all the way up to the underarms, into the lower and upper back until you feel your clothes tightening, and even tighten up your arms a moment. And then on exhale, let yourself go relaxed and very limp. Now, just keep breathing in and out very deeply. Let yourself be in one moment at one time. So hearing my voice, but there's other sounds that you can hear too. Traffic outside, maybe the sound of the rain that's happening today, maybe other things. Breathe in, feel your head and feet and shoulders and hips and arms and legs and chest, your whole body right there, right now. And just let yourself relax. Just let go. Just let yourself sink even further into one moment at a time. Deep inhales and slow exhales. And that's where I want to leave you for today. You continue to relax just as long as you'd like. When you're ready to, you'll simply roll over to one side or the other to come up, but do that only when you're ready. And I look forward to spending more time, even if it's just online. We'll have some time together as I get the live class. But for now, you relax, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.